This interim government was brought in to do two things primarily for the Ukrainian people. And on both fronts, they are doing very well. The first was to try to negotiate a deal with the IMF where they would institute real reform and try to turn the page on the age of corruption that had been rampant in Ukraine. And they have now successfully inked a deal with the IMF. They've also passed a vast amount of reform legislation, including to tackle corruption. They were also brought in to take Ukraine to free and fair elections. And those elections, presidential elections, are scheduled for May 25th. There are some 20 candidates registered in those elections representing all parts of the spectrum. But now, obviously, with this destabilization in the East, they also have to ensure that the country is peaceful enough for those elections to go forward. And that is why we went to Geneva, and that is why we are pressing so hard on the Russians to help, and that is why we are encouraging the government in Kyiv, and they've done a good job with this as well, to reach out to the East to make clear that grievances can be addressed politically, that the rights of ethnic Russians, Russian speakers, will be protected, that the Kiev government is ready to decentralize far more power out to the East, allow them to budget on their own, allow them to elect their own leaders. So they are doing a good job, but there is a small group of separatists who are supported from the outside who are trying to steal the choice of the Ukrainian people about their own future. And that is what we are trying to help them prevent, and that's why Vice President Biden's trip is important, to give them the moral, the political, the economic, the diplomatic support that they need.